Hi Capricorn, welcome to your love reading for March 2017. We are working with two decks again, so let's go ahead and begin. This is going to be for confirmation. We will get to that in a minute, but first let's get 9 cards for you from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Capricorn for March 2017. The first card that you have, Capricorn, is the World. Love reading for Capricorn, March 2017. 10 of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn, March 2017. Queen of Pentacles. Love reading for Capricorn, March 2017. 9 of Pentacles. Love reading for Capricorn, March 2017. Ace of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Capricorn, March 2017. 6 of Swords. Love reading for Capricorn, March 2017. 3 of Pentacles. Love reading for Capricorn, March 2017. The Hierophant. Love reading for Capricorn, March 2017. Last card is the Two of Swords. Okay, so the card at the bottom of the deck is going to represent the main energy around your love life for the month of March. And you have the Emperor. So to me, the Emperor represents taking your power back, taking control. And we will see how this ties in with the rest of the reading. Okay, so I am noticing one similarity. If you might want to check your moon and rising sign, because I just did the reading, of course, for the sign of Sagittarius, and they had the Two of Swords as the final card as well. So if you have a moon or a rising sign in Sagittarius, you might want to take a look. They also had the 10 of Pentacles, so I feel like that's important for someone watching this. Okay, so let's take it one card at a time. You have the World. So the World is a major arcana, and it is announcing, a significant event in your love life. The World is a card of endings and things that have kind of naturally played themselves out. It's time to move on to the next phase, the next chapter in your love life. Now, this is important because it is right next to the 10 of Pentacles, and this does represent a marriage. Not just a marriage, but a really kind of solid marriage. This represents children and the home, and also a sense of financial stability, which I think in some way it's really important to you. If you notice how many Pentacles cards you have in this reading, you have the 10 of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Pentacles, you have the 9 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like in some way, like your relationship with your partner, your relationship with your spouse, and I feel like for some of you it's being affected by financial issues or assets that you have together, because you have all these pentacles, which to me, when I see them, first I think money, finances. Of course, they also represent abundance. Like I said, the 10 of Pentacles is a family, a marriage that is not only together, but they're also financially stable. You also have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is someone who is an earth sign. So I feel like this is you, because Capricorn is an earth sign. So I feel like there's something going on where you're trying to make your relationship, your marriage, just a little bit more solid. And I did say that this is kind of, a very solid couple who are very happily married and have everything, they have their stuff together. But you have the World, which means that, it's time for the next chapter. I just noticed that there's a pentacle right here, which is like really strange. I don't think I've ever noticed it before. For some of you, maybe not everyone, it could be that it's time to stop focusing on money, on finances and material things. But I also feel like you're doing whatever you can to make your relationship stronger. Remember that the main energy is the Emperor, and that represents taking control, taking your power back. And it could be that some of you, things have gotten out of control in a relationship or in your love life where there's a need, where there could be power struggles with you and your partner. I don't really see that, any challenging cards in this reading except for the Two of Swords. If anything, I see nothing but positive things, but the World does represent yeah, moving to the next chapter. So I feel like you're doing whatever you can to make your relationship, your marriage stronger, leaving the past in the past. Now, for those who are single, they are telling you, that there's an opportunity here for a very healthy relationship. This is someone who can even be your life partner. It can even be with someone who is also an earth sign. This is a person or more than one that has the possibility of being your life partner. Your days of being single, for those who are single, it could be that it's time for that to come to an end. It's time for the next chapter in your life, with a partner, being in a committed relationship. And if you're afraid because you've been hurt or you've just not been interested in relationships, it's time to take your power back. It's time to be in control of your life. Now, you also have the Nine of Pentacles. So to me, this is this is a card about the self. This is a card about you. This also, is very much a card about personal power. It feels a lot like the Emperor. So I feel like for many of you, you're struggling in some way to kind of take your power back. This is a card of self-confidence and being really independent. For some of you, I don't see the devil in here. I'm going to pull some more cards, but I kind of get these messages, with the Six of Swords and the World, of moving away from something that's not working for you. Let me just skip over here, the Six of Swords. This represents, moving on from a challenge, moving away from negativity, moving on to something much healthier, to calmer waters. But I feel like this involves like you taking your power back, you being really independent, and you really believing in yourself, and you really understanding that you don't need another person to lean on. You don't need anyone to prop you up. You have you, and that's all that you need. So I feel like they may be even kind of talking about too much codependence on a partner for those who are already coupled. And I feel like you're doing something where you're moving away from this. You do have the Ace of Pentacles here telling you that there's, a new beginning when it comes to abundance. So for some of you, this can be that, it's time for a new era. You're no longer focusing on your finances too much. You're no longer leaning on your romantic partner too much, maybe even for financial reasons. Like I said, there are a lot of pentacles in this reading. There are a lot. But this card does represent a new beginning, like an unexpected windfall of abundance. This just means that it's a very pleasant surprise. Happiness just lands in your lap. So I feel like for those of you who have been struggling maybe to get your power back, take your power back from a partner, or maybe there has been too much focus on money and material things, or in some way, they have done something that has damaged your self-esteem and your self-confidence. You're taking your power back and you're moving on to a much better place. For those who are single, it's the same message. You're being urged to be more self-confident when it comes to your love life. There's opportunities here for marriage and relationship. It's time to kind of move on from the past, but this requires you to be in a really good place with yourself as far as your self-confidence. This means that you're looking for love, but you're also not looking for someone to be codependent on. This just means that you're looking for, for happiness. You're looking for someone to share your life with. And of course, that opportunity is here. Like I said, this could be a very lucky time for you, for those who are single. A very lucky time where the perfect partner, they just happen to be, you and your partner happen to be at the right place at the right time. You do have the Ten of Pentacles, which means that this would be a very stable, committed, and long-term relationship for you. You're also leaving the past in the past. So if you've not had pleasant experiences with love, you've been betrayed, you've been lied to, you've been broken up with in horrible ways, this is telling you that you're moving away from all of that. You're moving on to something much better. Okay, so let's take a look down here. You have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles, to me, this is a card of hard work and effort. So again, there's that message that you're working really hard at something. And for everyone, since this is a general reading, you're working really hard at different things. I think for the majority of you, what you're trying to do is that you're trying to make your relationship stronger. Maybe some of you, you're going through something where you don't want to lose your partner. There could be a situation where you're possibly going your separate ways, or your partner has mentioned that. Here, I see you doing everything that you can, and then some, to hold on to the relationship, to heal the relationship. You also have the Hierophant, a major arcana. So this is a lot of spiritual guidance headed your way. And this can show you, what you have to do to heal the relationship. This can be, showing you signs and synchronicity as far as what needs to be done, what decisions you need to make. There is a decision here, the Two of Swords. This is a very complex, difficult decision, one that either you or your partner does not want to make. But I feel like there's a lot of guidance. I just feel like I get the energy from this reading. I don't really see any challenging cards, but I really feel like you're trying to do something. Like there's a message of leaving the past in the past, from the World and the Six of Swords. Move on. It's really time to move on. There's a lot, and I see you working really hard here when it comes to your love life. You're doing everything that you can and then some. Your self-confidence, let's go through that again. Single or in a relationship, your self-confidence is really important in the month of March. That you're taking your power back, that you're not disempowering yourself by just handing over all of your personal power to your partner and saying, here. And that's kind of, leaving you out in the cold. There's a lot of guidance around you as far as like what really needs to be done regarding relationships or how to bring in a new romantic partner. Like I said, a very complicated decision with the Two of Swords. One that you don't want to make, you don't even want to look at it, but this is going to help you to move on. This is all kind of lined up with your energy with the Queen of Pentacles. Time to move on to something much healthier and much better. You're taking your power back. So let's get some more confirmation cards. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for March 2017? You have the King of Pentacles. That's interesting. Right next to the Queen of Pentacles. Love reading for Capricorn, March 2017. The Nine of Cups. Love reading for Capricorn, March 2017. The Fool. So one thing I want to mention, besides the obvious what's going on here, like I said, the reading for Sagittarius, they not only had the Two of Swords right here, they also had the Nine of Cups in this exact position. So like I said, if you have a moon or a rising sign in Sagittarius, you may want to take a look at that reading. Even if you don't, you may want to take a look at that reading. There could be more messages for you in there. Okay, so interesting. King of Pentacles, when we already have the Queen of Pentacles. First thing I thought of is that there is someone, like I had already mentioned, someone else who is an earth sign would be a perfect fit for you. For those who maybe are single and you're looking, there's opportunities here for a solid relationship, your life partner, a dream partner. You have the Nine of Cups, a new beginning for you. And there's a lot of guidance to help you find this person. The King and the Queen of Pentacles, they belong together. I always say this when I see a king and a queen from the same suit, whether it's the King and Queen of Pentacles or the King and Queen of Swords, Cups, etc. So I feel, for those who are single, there's someone out there who's a perfect fit for you that you can meet in the month of March. For those who are already coupled, I feel like they're telling you that, your romantic partner, your significant other, your spouse, this is, the person that you're meant to be with. Like I said, this is a very positive reading, probably one of the most positive ones I've done so far. So notice how, the King and the Queen, they're right next to each other. They're not like over here separated. They're very close, and they're tied to the Ten of Pentacles, which represents a solid relationship, a solid marriage. There is some, it is time for some type of change with the world here. It's time for the next chapter. For some of you, this may not be negative. It could be that it's time to have a child. It could be that it's time to buy a new home, time to move on to the next chapter in your relationship. I do see a lot of happiness here. You have the Nine of Cups. So this is the Wish card, the Fairy Godmother card. This also represents a lot of happiness headed your way. So I feel like if you've been struggling, because it's right next to the Six of Swords, if you've been really struggling in the relationship, you're finally moving on to something much better and much healthier. And, your wishes are being granted as far as keeping your relationship or your marriage intact. Not only that, but there's a lot of happiness headed your way. And, this is a very lucky time for you with the Ace of Pentacles here. This is a very blessed energy of, positive things, positive changes, just kind of falling into your lap. You also have the Fool. So the Fool, this is a new beginning for you and for your partner. This is a new beginning. This does require, kind of taking a risk, taking a chance. This means that you just follow your heart and your intuition. And this could be concerning some type of really complicated decision or action that you have to take. Like I said, the Two of Swords it's something that you'd rather not look at or talk about, but something that needs to be done. Right next to the Hierophant, there's a lot of guidance on what this is and what you need to do in order to make this work. But the Fool is telling you that, there's the need to take a chance when it comes to your marriage and your relationship. For those who are single, again, this could be, your dream partner coming in. They're an earth sign also like you. And the Nine of Cups is telling you that this person is literally like your dream come true, your wish come true. They bring a lot of happiness into your life. You might have to take a risk as far as getting involved with this person. And it could be because you've been hurt in the past. You're finally, taking your power back with the Nine of Pentacles and the Emperor being here. That's really important to you. But the Fool is telling you to just follow your heart and your intuition. Like I said, you also have the Hierophant saying that you will have a lot of spiritual guidance and sense of direction as far as, is this the right person for me? Is this the one? Because I definitely see somebody finding the one right here in the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see what other messages come up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for March 2017? Nine of Pentacles. Again, remember that you already have that message right here. What other messages are there for Capricorn for March 2017? The Nine of Swords. Love reading for Capricorn, March 2017. The Sun. Okay, so let's see what's at the bottom of this deck. The Five of Pentacles. So this can be, some of those challenges, because I kind of felt like those need to move away, move on from something, but I didn't really see any challenging cards. This is definitely a challenging energy. It's not, a very negative card, but it does mean that in some way you feel disconnected from your partner. You feel like you're no longer on the same page. You feel like you're being left out in some way. You feel lonely. You feel isolated. For those who are single, this could be that, that sense of loneliness of not having a romantic partner is starting to hit you. It's kind of a message from Spirit that it's time for you to look, because there is someone very special that you could meet in the month of March. So you have the Nine of Pentacles, and remember that you already have that message right here. So when they come up two times from two completely different decks, this is a very important message for you. And you already had a similar message with the main energy from the Emperor. These are very similar cards. This has to do with your self-confidence, your personal power, how you view yourself, taking your power back, taking back control of your life, whatever that means to you. But I mean, they're here three times. So this is a really loud and clear message for somebody out there to not hand over all of your personal power, all of your self-confidence. Don't give it all to someone. It's not a nice thing to do to yourself. This is also, self-improvement, really working on building yourself up, your self-confidence, single or in a relationship. That just means that you're really kind of focusing on you. And I feel like you definitely need to do that with something like the Nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords this is a lot of agony and a lot of angst, a lot of tension, conflict, imagining crazy scenarios that aren't even going to happen. This is, a lot of worry. This is literally the worry card. So I feel like for some of you, you're really stressed out over something. So some of the challenges that I was kind of picking up on very subtly over here, it's time for that to come to an end. Remember the World and the Six of Swords. It's time to kind of leave those challenging, things behind you. For some of you, these unfounded fears that you have about your relationship or your partner or even yourself. I mean, it did come out with the Nine of Pentacles. It's time to end all this mental conflict that's just keeping you awake at night, making you miserable. You have the Sun, a major arcana, and this is a lot of positive energy. So I feel like in the month of March, you have to choose which one you're going to focus on. I feel like for some of you, you've been dealing with this, with the energy of the Nine of Swords. You've been very concerned about your relationship. Or if you're single, you've been very concerned that you're not going to meet somebody. This is a lot of worry. But I mean, it came out with the sun, which means it can also be a very positive time for you, a really optimistic time. You're really focusing on the positive things happening in your relationship. And this does represent a lot of positive energy around you and your partner. This can also represent marriage and children. So this is another marriage card. You already have one over here. So for those who are single, there's that message for you again. But I feel like this also kind of feels like a happily ever after for those who are already coupled, telling you that even though there could be challenges and fears, there will be more positive energy. Okay, Capricorn, this has been your love reading for the month of March 2017. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.